This is Fast Talking Eddie. I'm HD Bum. I'm Bobby J. This was crazy. The David Lee. David Lee was for the Cardinals throwing. He was going to pretend to punt it away, but no, he made some great plays for some touchdowns. Saved Baraki, Dillon, and the fourth string quarterback. I mean, basically, this was it was like sloppy from both sides. Johnny Unitas was sloppy. Then he made some great plays. Then it was in the fourth quarter tied, and oh, Johnny Unitas was incredible, but he just couldn't. He just couldn't do it. And Dillon was sloppy. He was becoming like going in for one play, and then they knocked him out of the game. And then Baraki, they knocked him out. Then Brisket, that's what we call him, the third, fourth stringer. And then Dillon came in. They knocked him out. He was in for one play. Baraki struggled. And then all of a sudden, here comes Dillon in the fourth quarter, and boom, touchdown. This was a crazy game, people. So for the Cardinals, they are now 2-0. They won 40-37. And the Buccaneers are 0-2. Crazy, people. This was a crazy game. Look at those yards. 347 for the Buccaneers yards gained. 498 for the Cardinals. Rushing yards 89 to 157. Passing yards 258, 341 for the Cardinals. Buccaneers had 18 first downs. The Cardinals had 28 first downs. 40 punt return yards, 40 for the Cardinals. Kick returns, 19 for the Bucks, 178 for the Cardinals. 366 total yards gained for the Bucks, 716 for the Cardinals. 3 turnovers for the Cardinals. That was Dillon. Dillon got whopped. Baraki. I mean, it was 9 third down conversions for the Cardinals. 5 fourth down conversions. That was David Lee, the punter. 2-point conversions for the Buccaneers. This was crazy, people. This was a wild the final game of week number 2. Now we're in the post game for the Buccaneers. And what will the Buccaneers do? What changes? Well, they'll keep Johnny Unitas, that's for sure. And they got Colt McCoy and Johnny Manziel, Johnny Appleseed on the backup. There'll be no changes there. Halfback. I guess I'll just leave it like that. So they're happy, even though they're 0-2. But they're happy and they're 0-2, so they're gonna. I don't know how much longer they can keep it up. But in week number 3, here's the schedule. Got the Texans and the Patriots. All right, let's check out if we'll cover that game. Yeah, Bobby J. Skeleton and Dak Prescott. And they got Tom Savage and Kellen Clemens. So let's mark that one. We will cover that game. So it's let's look it up. The Texans. Are 1-1, and the Patriots. Well, we'll see what their ranking is. So that's going to be a tough game. Texans and the Patriots. So yes, we will be broadcasting that one. Then there's the Cardinal game. Yes, we'll be covering that one. The Cardinals versus the Buffalo Bills. We'll be covering that. So the Bills will finally get their prime time. Raiders and the Titans. The quarterback there is Derek Carr, Connor Cook, Matt McGloin, and the Titans. Fran Tarkenton, Matt Castle, Alex Tanney. They're not on our schedule. Redskins and the Giants. Redskins have Kirk Cousins, Christian Pounder, Nate Sudfeld. The Giants. Eli Manning, Josh Johnson, Ryan Nassib. Then there's the Browns and the Dolphins. Dolphins have Jameis Winston, Matt Moore, Mike Phipps, a throwback player from the Chicago Bears, 1970s. Versus the Browns, we have Bill Nelson, a throwback player for the Browns of the 1970s. Carson Wentz, Robert Griffin III for the Browns. Then the Ravens and the Jaguars. The Ravens have Joe Flacco, Ryan Mallett, Dustin Vaughn. The Jaguars have Billy Gilmore, is a throwback player from the Washington Redskins, 1960s and 70s. Blake Bortles, Chad Henne. Then the Lions versus the Packers. The Lions have Scott Hunter, is a throwback player from the Green Bay Packers, 1970s. I'm not finished yet. Aaron Rodgers. I wasn't finished yet. Come on. Come on, Bobby J, stop it. Scott Hunter. The things I have to deal with these two guys. Matthew Stafford, Blaine Gabbert. Okay, now you can change it. My gosh. So be the Lions and the Packers. Packers are Aaron Rodgers, Brett Hundley. Then the Broncos versus the Bengals. Craig Morton, Bart Starr, Mark Sanchez for the Broncos. And the Bengals have Andy Dalton, Virgil Carter is a throwback player from the 70s. The Bengals. A.J. McCadden. Then the Vikings versus the Panthers. Christina Taylor, of course, Fast Talking Eddie, me, Colin Kaepernick, Matt Sims. So we will be covering that one, of course. And the Panthers. Have Cam Newton, John Haddle, who's a throwback player from the Rams, the 1970s. Spike Jones, who's a throwback player to the Eagles back in the 1970s. Derek Anderson. Then the Rams and the Buccaneers. Rams have Roman Gabriel, the legend. Case Keenum, Jared Goff, Roman Gabriel, throwback player from the 1960s and 70s, Eagles and the Rams. Versus the Buccaneers. Johnny Unitas, Colt McCoy, Johnny Manziel. Yes, we'll be covering this game. Of course. Then the 49ers and the Seahawks. 49ers have Russell Wilson, Teddy Bridgewater, Connor Shaw, Travis Coons. And versus the Seahawks. Seahawks have Norm Snead, a throwback player from the 1970s, New York Giants. Ryan Tannehill, E.J. Manuel. Then the Jets and the Chiefs will go up against each other. The Chiefs have Charlie Johnson as a throwback player from the 1970s, 60s. Carson Palmer, Alex Smith, Cody Kessler, Geno Smith. Versus the Jets. And of course, the Broadway Joe Namath, throwback player from the 1970s Jets. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Bryce Petty. Then the Chargers and the Colts will be going up against each other. The Colts have Tony Romo, Jim Bakken, Eddie James, Baby Angel, Eddie James. Yes, we will be covering this game. Versus the Chargers. We have Phillip Rivers, Mike Glennon, Scott Tolzien. The Steelers versus the Eagles. Sabbath McKenzie, Sam Bradford for the Eagles. Yes, we'll be covering this game. Versus the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger, Landry Jones, Zach Mettenberger. 2 burgers and a hamburger and cheese, please. And French fries. Don't forget the French fries. Yes, and maybe an order of onion rings. We'll be covering that game. Then the Bears and the Cowboys, of course. The Bears and the Cowboys. Cowboys made some. You got Roger Staubach, throwback player from the 60s and 70s. Andrew Luck, Trevor Siemian, Paxton Lynch. Yes, we'll be covering this game against the Chicago Bears. H.T. Bomb. Oh, snap. Now, there's a story with Jay Cutler, Brian Hoyer, Nick Foles. There's a story here. Years ago, H.T. Bum, who was with the Texans, and was the Cowboys-Patriots Super Bowl. H.T. Bum was hired by the Patriots. So what does H.T. Bum does? He takes the Patriots team and trades them to the Texans and brings the Texans to the Patriots. And I was the assistant coach with the Cowboys. And we were like protesting, because this is not the real Patriots. At that time, Tom Brady was suspended for football gate or something, deflate. But still, this was not the Patriots. So finally, after that pseudo Cowboy Patriot game, H.T. Bum was fired, and the Patriots were brought back from the Texans. H.T. Bum went back to the Texans with Tom Landry and as the head coach, and the Patriots went back to the Patriots. Texans went back to. This was what H.T. Bum did. He created chaos, and now he's going to be with the Bears. This is going to be a classic game where the Cowboys will take it to the bum for what he did. I think the Cowboys ended up winning the Super Bowl. And then the last game, the Falcons and the Saints. Falcons have Matt Ryan, Bob Berry, a throwback player from the 1970s. The Falcons, Matt Schaub. And then there's the Saints, who have, of course, Drew Brees, the legend, Josh McGowan, Luke McGowan. And so that's week number 3 coming up. So I'm going to be doing some technical stuff, but hope you enjoyed this post-game trades. See you week number 3. We'll probably be covering the Cardinals, Bills, maybe the Cowboys, Bears game. Maybe that'll be the first game we covered. So this is Fast Talking Eddie. I'm HD Bum. And I'm Bobby J. Skeleton, Ruthless Aggression. And we're signing out. Thank you for watching.